Well, good afternoon, people. Not the normal kind of video you'd expect to get from Joe from the Black Rock Central Railroad. But Michael McCarville the other day made mention of the fact that some people have other interests along with the model trains. So I'm about to show you what I consider kind of a byproduct that I started with a long time ago. Most of you will recognize this poster. It's a scene from the movie, one of my most favorite movies, Kelly's Heroes. Takes place in World War II. And here shortly, we will show you what my interest in World War II is. Stand by while I position the camera. Most of my interest in World War II is through aviation. However, it does go well past World War II. I did serve in the Air Force for 4 years, but my job had absolutely nothing to do with aircraft. But I just thought I'd take you on this little tour of some of the models that I have built over the years. These are mostly either 1/72nd scale with some 1/48th larger scale put in, and a couple of 1/32nd scale that are in here. In addition, when I change to a different place, you will see that I also got into doing some armor. I do not do any weathering on my aircraft models. They're built just mostly straight out of the box. All sorts of various manufacturers. Complete collection of all the different versions of the P-51 Mustang, including the dive bomber version, which was actually known as an A-36. And nothing is in any kind of a chronological order here. The YB-49, which was the predecessor to the B-2 stealth bomber. Proof that a flying wing design did work. B-25 from one of Jimmy Doolittle's raids. And a B-17, which is decorated for the Texas Raider from the now defunct Confederate Air Force, now known as the Commemorative Air Force. Have to be politically correct nowadays. Yeah, let's kind of shift to another side of the room here. Excuse the glare from the window here. This is probably the largest aircraft that I have, which was one of the largest aircraft in the Air Force inventory, the B-36. Next to that is a B-47. I do not have a B-29 yet. That'll come eventually. The Navy is also represented mainly, or Navy and Marines are on this wall. These are mostly naval aircraft. The World War II aircraft were also flown by Marines. and even some of the very early aircraft. That the military used. We also have a model depicting the Martin Marietta Corporation's jet aircraft or jet seaplane, the Martin Seamaster. Being from Maryland, I did as a kid watch this thing fly several times. My aunt had a shore home right near Martin Marietta, and we used to go down there and sit on the pier and watch this thing take off. Of course, as a kid, you never think to bring a camera, that anything like that would be important in later life. But I wish I did take pictures of it all. And now, just so that you know, I also did a little bit of armor work. Let's go up to the next shelf here. We have some World War II and later armor. Most of what I have is World War II. Some have extra details added, but most are right out of the box. And raising up to the final shelf. Well, I won't say final shelf because I do have one more shelf that I can show you. And now we also have some German armor. Some of their stuff was very unique. Now, bear with me here a second while I change location. Kind of the last small shelf of models that I have built here. Part of the American Space Program. Don't know how close I can get to some of these and still keep things in focus here. Mercury and Gemini capsules. Some air defense. That was a Beaumark surface-to-air missile. Early Thor and Vanguard. Experimental aircraft was a X-3 Stiletto and a Pogo, which was for experimental with vertical takeoff. Did make several flights, but never put into production. And I did say that my Air Force career was spent about 125 feet underground. This large silver thing here in the center of the screen is a Titan II ICBM, designed to destroy total destruction of complete cities in Russia or in China. We could reach either one. I served on the launch crew for one of those beasts. since taken out of service back in the late 80s. All of the silos, with the exception of one museum that's in Davis-Monthan Air Base out in Tucson, Arizona. One of them was made into a museum. All the others had to be destroyed as part of the SALT agreements and allow the Russians to overfly the locations with their satellites and take pictures so that they knew that all of these had been destroyed. So that'll conclude one of my other little hobbies here on the side. Get this posted. So Michael, I thank you for bringing up this idea. Gave me something else to shoot besides my railroad. Hope y'all enjoyed this little tour. And everybody have a great weekend. And remember, today is Memorial Day. Please say a prayer for all the servicemen and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you. God bless.